Welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile. If this is not the most complicated deck of all time, I do not know what is. This requires many brain cells, many IQ, and having a well-known knowledge of Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, you may be thinking, well, it seems like this is the easiest deck of all time, and everybody knows how to play it. Everybody should know. It's basically like an OTK version of something. And yes, but if you play it properly, like Jeff Leonard, the Mystic Mind, literal god of this deck, you can win a lot. And I mean a lot. This is the most fair deck of all time. This basically makes your opponent to where they want to hate you and all of your decks that have this card in it. But let's just get into the deck profile. So first off, we're running Triple D Shifter. Obviously, this is just a great card in this deck. It shuts down any graveyard-based deck, and it's just a great hand trap, since if you go first or if you go second, it's just a great card overall. Next card we're running, this is actually a replacement for a DD guide. I'm actually kind of basing it off of Jeff Leonard's deck profile, but I changed a couple of things in here. It's just a great card. I don't know why nobody has run it before. You could also run DD guide if you really wanted to have them, give them a card, but you usually see this card, or you have the combo to where you can still have mine in the field. So basically, during the main phase, you can special summon this card from your hand to your opponent's side of the field. When this card is special summoned this way, draw a card, and if you do, your opponent gains 2,000 life points. You can only use its effect of itself once per turn, and only that turn. And then the player controls this card becomes 3. It doesn't really hurt them at all, and it doesn't hurt you at all, because you have mine on field, so it's really not going to do anything. Next card we are running, and it is the last monster card in this, is Planet Pathfinder. This is a terraforming on wheels, and what's also really great about this card is that you tribute it for its cost. Well, you can still ask for it, but you tribute it so it gets off of the field, so you don't have to worry about having a card with mine, dealing with mine. Next card we are running is Pot of Extravagance. It's just obvious. It's banish 6 from your extra deck, draw 2. You don't care about your extra deck in this deck. It's just a great card in this deck. 1 terraforming, obviously. Just basically, this deck is to search out mine any way possible, and you just want to get on the field. Triple Left Arm Offering, it's a really, really great card. It searches any of your spells, which this deck is mostly of anyways, and it's just an overall well-rounded card, and most of your stuff you don't really care about anyways, so yeah, it's a nice card. 1 Final Countdown. This is the main condition in Jeff Leonard's deck profile to win, but I also threw in a little bit of Cauldrons of the Old Man. It's just these two are great cards. This is 1 turn less than Wave Motion, and this is 20 turns, but yes, you can do both ways, and it's just a fun it's not fun at all if you're going against it, but it's fun for the player who's playing it. Next card we're running is Triple Duality. It's a great card. It's just hands down one of the best cards. This deck, the only thing you're special summoning is Silent Wabi, but that's it. There's nothing else that you're special summoning. Triple Demise on Land. This is a metaverse, but a spell card. That's basically what it is. Basically, when your opponent special summons a monster you can select 1 field spell card and activate it from your deck. And it's all meta decks right now are special summoning. So when you activate this Adamanticators, they really can't do anything. As well as, it's just a great card overall in this deck. Triple Field Barrier. Obviously, if you're going to go first, you usually want to go first instead of mine. You really want mine and this card, and it's just overall great card in this deck. Triple Skull. This is actually one of the best cards in the deck, and basically you get to choose what your opponent draws for the draw phase, or really any draw actually. So Extravagance, anything like that, you get to choose what they get to draw. Triple Prohibition. Basically what this card does, simplified, is you choose a card, your opponent can't activate that card. Well, yeah, any cards with that name. So you declare, let's say if they had Cosmic Cyclone, if they're on Cosmic Cyclone, declare it, they can't activate it or their effects. If you're going against a really big, nasty deck, call Halka Fibrax. it's combo scaling over or Auroradon or Link Cross or any of the little combo pieces. It's just a great card. Triple Cauldron, I already explained that. And the main star of the show, Mystic Mine. There really isn't much else to say about this deck other than it's probably pretty much the most overpowered, if not the most overpowered card in Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. It's crazy. It's a crazy card. You basically say no to everything your opponent does forever, almost, in this. Basically, in this deck, that's what it does. Running one Metaverse, obviously, it's at 1, sadly, but you just take it from your deck and add it to your hand or activate it. It's just a great card during either turn too, so it's a really nice card since it's a trap card. Triple Dark Bright negates anything and Judgment as well. It's just a great card. Extra deck is a bunch of garbage, and side deck, triple Lightning Storm. It's just kind of generic stuff. Triple Lightning Storm, triple Dark Ruler, and triple Impermanence. And we're also running 3 Curse Seal of Forbidden Spell. It's just obvious. It's a great card. When a spell card is activated, discard a spell and negate the activation. If you do, destroy it, and if you do, your opponent cannot activate the same spell cards with that name for the rest of the duel. So if they have, it's like a great way to anything. Cosmic Cyclone, if you're gonna go mirror match Mystic Mine, you can call Mystic Mine and they can't do anything about that. It's just a great card. Any removal or any kind of big nasty spell cards, you can do this, and it's just a great card. Yeah, that's pretty much for the deck profile, and I would probably put a Cosmic Cyclone in the deck, but I just didn't really want to, so yeah, let's just get into a duel. Okay, so I'm hosting around here. I did put in a couple of cards. I threw in the Curse of Forbidden Spell in my main deck. I also sided in the Cosmic Cyclones, and I also sided in a new card. I think I mentioned it. It was a card called Feedback. If I didn't mention it, I am sorry, but I will tell you right now. So basically, you banish cards from your extra deck equal to, well, you banish a certain amount of cards face down in your extra deck, and then your opponent does the same thing till the end of turn. So what this card means, well, it hasn't released yet. It's actually in the Phantom Rage set. But what this card means is that basically any meta deck, they can't run at all. Like, because at Emancipators, they rely on Halka Fibrax, and they rely on going into big monsters, such as like Dragai and Borload Savage, and really anything extra deck base worth like Auroradon or Link Cross. So they can't do that. Salmon Greats, all of that is required on extra deck. They can't do that. Sky Strikers, they can't do it. Eldritch, they can't. They can run a little bit, but they can't do it. Dogmatica, Invoked, they can't do it because all their effects rely on sending stuff to the graveyard for additional effects to activate. It's really not a fun thing. And I am going first, so first off, to start off this duel, we are going to activate Pot of Extravagance. We're going to banish 6 cards from our extra deck. We are not going to chain anything to that when we're... Oh wait, I should have chained D-Shifter that. It's okay though, as long as we can do some stuff with it. So, I guess we'll start off by normal summoning Planet Pathfinder. We're going to activate the Tribute it and add our Mystic Mine from our deck to our hand. Now we're going to activate Goddess Scold Oracle, and we're not going to activate effect yet because it's not going to be fun. We're going to activate our Pot of Duality, hopefully revealing... That is what we wanted. We wanted to reveal that Field Barrier. This card is a really, really great combo card with this deck especially. So we're going to activate our Mystic Mine. And we are also going to set our... Well, we are going to activate Field Barrier, set our Metaverse. And what's also great about Field Barrier is that your opponent cannot activate cards, their field spell cards. So, like, Sky Strikers, they can't activate Area 0. And Salmon Greats, they can't activate... They can't activate their field spell. The Salmon Great. I feel like an idiot not remembering the Salmon Great card. Whatever their field spell is, as well as he just lost connection. That's going to come up a lot with this deck. I am going to do one more duel, but this is what happens when you play Mystic Mine. Nobody likes you, and yeah, so. It's when you set up this combo, they usually just scoop. And yeah, we are going to go on to another game. Okay, so I am going to be hosting the second game here. I really don't bother. I'm not going to bother winning, no matter if I'm going to win or lose during this thing, but yeah, we're going to start our game. Hopefully we win. Yeah, okay, we're going to go first, as always, and we drew actually a pretty decent hand. So first off, we're going to activate our Pot of Extravagance. This card is really crazy in this deck because you don't care about your X deck, and holy crap, that draw was one of the best things in the world right there. So we're going to activate our Mystic Mine along with our Field Barrier, and we can also activate our Cauldron of the Old Man in case, so we're going to start burning him for a little bit of damage, and we're going to burn him for 300, and we are going to activate Prohibition, allowing us to prohibit his Cosmic Cyclone if he has any. So yep, that's what the card that we're gonna prohibit, and we are going to pass turn to him and see if he can do anything about that. He's probably going to Lightning Storm us with the current meta right now, but Cosmic Cyclone is still a very meta relevant card. It is a great card. So he's gonna activate Upstart Goblin. I'm slightly guessing that he's playing Adamance and he lost connection. It's Rage Quit. This is a deck made for people who really don't. If you set up this combo, they can't do anything whatsoever. Especially since Field Barrier, now you'd be asking, hey, what if someone plays Secret Village of the Spellcasters on you? Field Barrier stops that, or Judgment, or Crystal Forbidden Spell, or Dark Bribe. You have a lot of outs to a various amount of cards, and yeah, there really isn't much to say about this deck. It's just a really nasty deck, and your opponent doesn't have a good time like they should in real Yu-Gi-Oh! But there really is no real Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now, since Dragoon exists, Adamancepators exist, Eldritch exists, Hulk of Hyrax exists, Link Cross exists, and Mystic Mine exists. So there really is no, it's not a fun thing. And the thing with this deck is that it combats the meta very well. And really anything that can't activate in Graveyard with Dimension Shifter, it's game over. They can't do anything. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate that. And if you have any other deck suggestions, or you just want to express something, leave it down in the comment section below. And yes, thank you for watching.